And you'll see once we get into the studio right here. See, so as you can see, the lights are out of the way, nice and high, just the way our gaffer likes it.
Yeah, gaffer. I can tell your gaffer is totally crushing it, and I would know.
He really is. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have to take this.
Oh.
I'll be right back.
By all means. Hey, ChatGPT, what exactly is a gaffer? Nobody knows what that is. Tell me quickly. I think she's going to be right back.
A gaffer is the head electrician in a film or television production. They are responsible for the lighting plan and ensuring all electrical needs are met on set.
So sorry about that. Okay, anyway, do you have any questions about any of this? I know it's a lot of technical jargon, especially for your first show, so if you have any questions.
Thanks, Trish. Everything's going to be perfect.
Okay.
Well,
Hello, everybody. I'm Peter Dresslar, and this is the AI Morning Show coming to you from Hōʻike Community Television on Kauai Island. Now, some of you may be thinking, wait a minute, AI Morning Show? Is this a show created by AIs? Am I watching some kind of deep fake robot? And the answer is no. I'm happy to tell you that I am your human host, Peter Dresslar. I am definitely an actual person, nothing to worry about there. We're a morning show about artificial intelligence, and thus the name. Now, this is a new show, and on the show we plan to, for starters, talk about AI. It's a morning show, so of course we're going to talk. But we're also going to show you AI in action. We're really hoping to help teach AI for everybody. And sometimes we'll even go places with AI, just like we did in our opening segment. Speaking of that charming opening segment, I want to thank our guest host, Trisha Allen, for working with us to make that happen on the fly. In that segment, we used an AI from my phone to answer a question about TV technology. Now, I have a story about that segment, and the story involves my mother, Barbara. I was telling Mom, as one would, about the show and the question and ChatGPT answering a question. I am a mature adult, and so my mother is, let's just say she's old enough to be President of the United States. And so you can imagine I'm telling her about using ChatGPT on my phone, and her response was, oh my gosh, you know me, Peter, ChatGPT, that's just way out of my league technically. But here's the thing, I don't think it is out of her league. And if you're watching this show, I don't think using AI is out of your league either. So today we want to help all of our viewers who have never even gotten started using AI. If you want to try AI, if you want to check it out, we're going to steer you today through the very first few steps. You can use your computer, your tablet, your phone, or all three. You'll need to be able to go to a website, log in. You could download a phone app, and we'll get you started today. That's what we'll do with the computers. So program note, go get your computer or tablet right now. If you have a laptop, that's great. And you can follow along at home. While you're doing that, I'm going to talk a little bit about ChatGPT. Now, so far I've been using the words ChatGPT and AI pretty interchangeably. There's a reason for that. ChatGPT is the world's most popular and most well-known artificial intelligence tool. But what is AI in the first place? Simply put, AI is computer software that can learn and make decisions in ways that somewhat mimic a human brain. ChatGPT gives you a website or an app, and that lets you talk to that AI brain using your keyboard or voice, other inputs. That's exactly what I did in the intro. I talked to the ChatGPT brain with an AI app that was on my phone. So, ChatGPT is made by a newish company that's called OpenAI. It's available to anybody, and it has free and paid versions. There are many other AI products out there today. ChatGPT is not the only one. We really love some other AI products. Some of them do exactly what ChatGPT does, but others do completely different stuff. ChatGPT itself, though, is so popular and so well known as an AI that I know in people's minds, AI and ChatGPT, kind of the same thing. It's like tissue and Kleenex. Today, we'll be learning that there may be several other AIs, but ChatGPT is a really important one of them, and it's a fine place to start. So that's what we're doing today. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we're going to go visit the ChatGPT website and get started. So again, you might want to go get that laptop or tablet to follow along at home. And we'll be right back with the AI Morning Show on Hōʻike.
Welcome to Hōʻike Kauai Community Television. We are Kauai's public, educational, and government community access provider created to empower the voice of the community. When you view Hōʻike Community Television, you will find stories from dedicated local producers about our island, our people, the many cultures we share, and the issues we face. Hōʻike offers classes in camera operation, audio recording, lighting, and editing. Hōʻike also provides specialized training for youth. By learning video production, Kauai's keiki can become empowered to create and share their own stories. For the ambitious producer, animation classes are offered to allow you to further stylize your production.
I came in here several years ago to make some children's television. They trained me on everything that I know. I've had wonderful help editing, filming, creativity, animation, and I really appreciate all the staff here, and the facilities are wonderful. You can pretty much do anything you want inside or outside the studio. It's just amazing, and you should try it.
I think what I've learned the most was not only the free use of the equipment, which you got all the cameras, you have the tripods, you have the lighting equipment, audio equipment, everything you need to produce your show, but the biggest thing is all the support you get from the staff. A lot of support. Every time I come in, I learn something new. I'm able to walk away and improve my quality of videos so that people will watch it. So the most important thing here is coming into Hōʻike, enjoying the staff. They're very happy to help you in any way that they can, and you learn a lot. And you have the opportunity to do all your editing here if you want to. You have all the equipment that you need to use and borrow. So it's been a great experience for me. It's really improved my skills tremendously.
From keiki to kapuna, Hōʻike is dedicated to empowering you to tell your stories. On Kauai, Hōʻike is centrally located on Rice Street in Lihue. Stop in and visit us or call us at 808-246-1556. You can also visit our website at hōʻike.org. We look forward to seeing you and helping you to begin your video producing adventure today.
Welcome back, everyone. All right, let's do some AI together. I don't know if you can say it that way. Let's do some AI together, but you've got your computer or your tablet ready, right? So let's dive into exploring the ChatGPT website. So To do this, we just need for you to open a web browser. I have one open on my computer. Doesn't matter which web browser you use right now, so just pick the one you're most comfortable with. So first, we can head over to the ChatGPT website at chatgpt.com, and I'm going to attempt to type that in to my computer browser, and looking good so far. And I can see I have my ChatGPT browser right here. So we want to, now I'm actually going to switch pages right here because we've run into a bit of a technical malfunction. So, pardon me for that. I'm just going to sign out. Sorry about this, it's a new show, so I'm going to go to guest mode. Sorry about that. So this browser is, I'm browsing as a guest, so this is what you might see if you've never used ChatGPT before. ChatGPT has a mode where you can just go to the website and start working with it, and you don't have to log in or do anything with it at all. So we went to the website at chatgpt.com, and we're here, and believe it or not, OpenAI, again, that's the company that makes ChatGPT, didn't actually own chatgpt.com until a few months ago. That was super confusing, by the way, but today we're completely safe and sound to just go to chatgpt.com and start chatting. So let's begin with a simple greeting. We're going to say, hello, ChatGPT. And so the response just comes back to us, hello, how are you today? And we have just interfaced with an AI. So again, I typed in my message, it went to the ChatGPT AI brain somewhere on their computers and sent back a response to me as a result of that message. So that was easy. And by the way, if you're following along at home and this is your first time, congratulations. You are now an official AI user, and I told you I knew you could do it. So that's great. Now that we're looking at the AI tool, what can it do for us? Well, all the AIs that you interact with, including ChatGPT, are going to have loads and loads of information. It's like you're chatting with the Library of Congress, but with the side order of the rest of the entire internet. So with that in mind, tons of information. Basically, if you ever need basic facts about the world, you can talk to an AI. So let's try another question. So this question is, ChatGPT, can you please tell me the area code of the capital of Hawaii? And I didn't use a capital there in my capital question, kind of ironic, but that's fine. ChatGPT was able to work through that and gave me the correct answer. The area code for phone numbers in the capital of Hawaii, which is Honolulu, is 808. So let's think about that for a little bit. If we think about that response, in a way, we just actually asked two questions there since we needed an area code, but we also were asking for the capital of Hawaii. Now, this is the hallmark of AI tools today. In the old days of computer software, and by old days I mean basically 18 months ago, if you were working with computer software, an area code tool or whatever, and didn't specify an actual city, the software wouldn't have even given you an answer. In fact, you might not have been able to plug in capital of Hawaii into that software. The major difference between old software and AIs today is that the system is able to use the context of any free-form question we ask it and give us an answer that hopefully what we want, and usually it is pretty accurate as to what we want, just like a human being would if we asked them the same question. All right, so let's ask some more questions. You're probably already doing that while I'm talking, so I need to catch up to you now. So let's try a question. Can you tell me a fun fact about the island of Kauai. Certainly, Kauai is known as the Garden Isle due to its lush tropical landscape and abundant rainforests, famous for filming location, many movies. Terrific. So that's not surprising to me at all. I agree with that answer. But what's interesting about that answer is that I had no idea precisely which fun fact the AI would tell us. In fact, there is no single fun fact about Kauai. So again, this is computer software that's sort of showing some judgment and making a choice. And so the next time I ask for a fun fact, I wouldn't necessarily need to, or wouldn't necessarily get back that answer, Garden Isle, Pirates of the Caribbean. So you can keep typing along with your own questions into ChatGPT. While you're doing that, I'm going to pop over to some of the buttons on the screen and kind of explore what we can do. Very important. So if I click on the new chat button here, oh, well, I'm a little bit blocked, and that says sign up or log in to save chats. I can do a new chat, and so I could just click that, but my old chat is gone for now. And as it said, you have to sign up to save old chats. If I click on this button and click sign up, I'm basically clicking on the model selector. That's kind of a technical term, but this button gives us the model selector, and it asks me to sign up or log in. And so I will say that while you absolutely can use ChatGPT in an unsigned in mode, you're gonna run into these walls pretty quickly. I think it's totally safe for you to sign up for the tool and just go ahead and work with it. So all we need to sign up is an email address. I'm going to actually press this button now and press sign up. I'm not going to work through all of this, but I'll just type in an email address, hello@aimorningshow.com, and I'm going to hit continue. And then it's going to ask me to create an account, a password, so I would do blah, 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 blah. I'm sure that was terribly illegal. And then I would click continue. Now, like signing up for most software that's out there today, what will happen after I click this continue button is I would get an email sent by OpenAI. That email will give me a link to click to confirm my sign up, and I can click through that link. I'm sorry, we can't show that, but you can do this. Click on the link in the email. That will take you to ChatGPT, and you can confirm your sign in. And we're actually going to demonstrate working with a signed in ChatGPT. But first, we're going to take a break so you can check for that email and get signed in. So let's go to a break. Okay, welcome back to the AI Morning Show. Now, we just navigated to the ChatGPT website, by the way, with a little bit of trouble on my computer, so if you're having a little trouble at home, just know that you're not alone in that. But we got into the ChatGPT website, we tested out some basic chats or basic concepts with the ChatGPT AI chatbot. And now, for some of you at home, we've created an account and logged in. On my screen, I have a very, or not very different, but a somewhat different looking interface. Some of you at home may have already seen this interface because perhaps you were already logged in or you logged in a long time ago, but we can see some of our buttons are pretty different. So let's try one of the most important buttons, which is the new chat button here. It's the little pencil icon. So if I click my new chat button, I click it, I get a new conversation. And you should probably do the new chat every time you change the subject with ChatGPT or any AI, because otherwise the AI is actually more prone to getting confused. So if in real life you might say, let's change the subject, click the new chat button on your AI tool like we just did, and we can see we have a new response. We can see also that my previous chat, good morning, how are you today, is there in my history. But let's go back to our new chat. And we're going to ask a little bit more complicated question now. So I am interested, I have a friend with a child that rides in a car. And so I want to ask, what age do children need to be to ride in a car in Hawaii without, oh goodness, a car seat? Well, that wasn't too bad. So what age do children need to be to ride in a car in Hawaii without a car seat? And so in Hawaii, children under the age of 4 must be in the child safety seat. Children between the ages of 4 and 7 must be in a booster seat, most likely. And then after age 7, it's recommended that they continue in a booster seat. That's a good answer. I've actually checked on this, and that is an accurate answer, an accurate depiction of what's going on. Now, sometimes we might want to confirm what we're getting. If we're asking a question about rules and regulations or some kind of process or procedure, we might feel like, I want to be super confident about the answer that I just got. And what's great about the newest version of ChatGPT is I can actually ask ChatGPT, can you please give me a link to a website with official information confirming this. I didn't spell great, but that actually isn't terrible. ChatGPT will figure it out. And so you can see on our screen, ChatGPT actually reached out to the web, and we're getting back some information that gives us a little bit more confidence. This is one of your most powerful new tools in ChatGPT. You can ask for a link, and I wouldn't say it's 100% successful in getting links back, but it will very frequently give you a link back, and you can click on it and you can see, okay, here's the updated information about the child's passenger safety law. So what's really interesting about that question is that this was a difficult question. We can see on this webpage that the child passenger safety laws actually updated in 2022. And so there is actually a lot of information out there on the web that is old information about the old way the law was set. So that's, again, a good example of the kind of thing that I would try to verify using a link given to you by ChatGPT. Now, our next thing that we can take a look at are some of the most important buttons in the interface in ChatGPT. So one of them is our read aloud button. Now, my computer is not wired for sound, but I'm going to give it a shot to press the read aloud button.
In Hawaii, children under the age of 4 are required to be secured in a child passenger
I'm leaning in, so hopefully you can hear some of that.
This can include either
And so that's a way, if you want to have read out maybe a long answer, you can just read out that answer. And that is available on the free plan as long as you're logged in. If you want to copy this information and possibly move it to a Google Doc or a Word doc, that's this button right here. It says copy. And so you would have to allow it on your, on some browsers, you might get a warning about that. Totally fine to allow copying and pasting. I do a ton of copying and pasting from AIs. It's one of the most important tools. So I could hit allow, and now I would be able to just copy and paste that answer into a Word doc or a Google Doc, whatever I like to use. Our regenerate button, that's also really important. If we don't like the answer that we're seeing, we can sometimes give it another shot. Basically, we're just gonna ask ChatGPT, let's roll the dice again on this question and see if we can get different links. And we will get a slightly different, in fact, I'm seeing a slightly different answer here, but and possibly some different links. I could possibly give feedback, I don't know. And so this is really important. Very important message that we just got. By the way, we have a feedback tool here, but one of the most important buttons we're going to see today, we can see we've reached our GPT 4.0 limit. And so now, if I'm going to just say new chat, and so we can see ChatGPT is definitely trying to sell me the paid plan, but for today, I would just need to start again using the free version of ChatGPT. So, hello, ChatGPT, can you tell me the safety age standards for children riding in cars in Hawaii? This would be so much better if I were a better typist, but we got there. And so I can see I'm getting an answer back. It's different. But again, if I look at this link right here, I want to point out we have two different models. This is one of the most important concepts for new users of ChatGPT to be aware of. ChatGPT 3.5 is from last year. It's okay, it gave us a decent answer here, but honestly, I'm noticing that this answer isn't totally in sync with the law that was just updated in 2022. So that's a good example of ChatGPT 4.0, that's just a different computer brain that comes to you if you pay or if you're logged in and just using it for a few times a day. That is the smarter way to answer questions. And so in a lot of cases, I might want to save my ChatGPT 4.0 or new model questions that are really important to me if I want to save my daily limit. But sometimes if I wanted to just find out the area code of Hawaii with ChatGPT 3.5, what is the area code in Hawaii? I can just go ahead and send that question, and we can see that even with ChatGPT 3.5, we are able to see what we want to see. We're able to get a basic fact. So that's okay, but again, just always keep in mind that sometimes this model can just be switched on you by ChatGPT, and just be checking it as you're going. It's a little bit subtle in the interface, all right? So one more thing, I am going to go ahead and log in to this ChatGPT. And now I'm going to log in with a paid account. So this is a totally paid account. I can see in my history, I have, this is an account that I've been using for months, doing different demonstrations. And so I can see in my chat history, I can click through old chats. So name change process on Oahu. Oh, this is a great example. So hello, can you please tell me what I need to do to legally change my name in Oahu after a divorce, including all the paperwork I need. And so that gave me a pretty good answer. If I go down and click the Japan trip budget model, I can see also my chat history. But I want to mention one more tool. And so to do that, I'm actually going to have to log out and log back in. I'm going to take a quick break and do that, and we'll be back in 10 seconds. All right, we're back, and we had a little technical difficulty there. Again, that's totally fine. You'll run into technical difficulties from time to time. Honestly, the free and paid versions and the rationing of how many paid chats or powerful chats you get a day on the free plan is a challenge. It's something that changes from day to day based on basically how busy ChatGPT servers are. So you may run into that same thing. That's something to consider in your use. If you're just using ChatGPT on an occasional basis, 2 times a week, the free version is going to work fine for you, I think, in most cases. So I'm going to talk about this paperclip tool because it's one of the most important items in this user interface. So if I click this paperclip tool, I can see where I can upload from my computer different documents, different pictures. I can upload PDFs or document files. I can even upload some spreadsheet files. And so what I'm going to do, I'll just start a new chat. And I have already downloaded a little bit of a brochure from the state of Hawaii, talking about our car seat laws. You'll remember that our car seat laws were telling us a different set of ranges or age ranges for different types of car seat requirements. So I'm going to click this Birth to Boosters brochure, and it's going to upload this PDF right into ChatGPT. So I can now ask ChatGPT, this would be true for any PDF that I would upload. Hey, ChatGPT, can you please summarize the document I am uploading here? And so again, this is a brochure that I downloaded from the state about car seats, and it's actually going to read this document and go ahead and process what is actually going on with this document. Sometimes this can take a minute with documents. That's totally normal, but here we did get a blast of information, and this indeed is accurate. It is the information that was in our Birth to Boosters brochure, as you can imagine. So it's got our key points. All of this is a summary of a PDF. So imagine if you have a 20-page PDF and you don't know if you want to read it or you just need to know what it's about, you could do that same thing. There are size limits, but I've worked with 60, 70-page PDFs lately, and it's worked pretty well. So let's do one more chat with ChatGPT, and I'm going to upload another file, but this time it's a little bit different. This time we're going to upload a picture. So if you can see on my screen, very professional looking picture there of a puppy. And so we're going to upload this picture into ChatGPT. We can see a little thumbnail here on the screen. And I'm going to say, hey, ChatGPT, can you please tell me about this picture? And so, except for my bad spelling, I think ChatGPT will realize that I'm asking for a picture, not a picture. We're seeing this picture shows a light-colored dog, possibly a golden retriever, a Labrador retriever. That's right, it's actually a lab, sitting on a floor next to a patterned rug. The dog appears calm and is looking to the side. The person petting the dog is partially visible. This is great. This is a really good description of what was in my picture, which was a nice fluffy girl. This is actually my dog Aspen, and so I can say to ChatGPT, hey ChatGPT, can you please remember that this is my dog Aspen? And so we'll actually see something come up on the screen here that will say memory updated, dog named Aspen. And so I will say this is not always 100% perfect, but very, very frequently when I do future chats and ask ChatGPT to go back to memory it's actually usually pretty successful with that. So let's try a new chat and say, hey, chat GPT, can you remember anything about Aspen? And I think this will work. It's a little bit of a challenge. Aspen is your dog. How can I assist you with Aspen today? So you can see that as you're working along, you can ask ChatGPT, remember that you need to be working with the fast model, this ChatGPT 4.0, but when you're doing that, you can ask ChatGPT to remember things and it will do that and basically be able to call up information like that from the past. You could also go back and just look at previous chats and copy and paste information into ChatGPT. That can sometimes be helpful if you're working on a longer project. All right, so that was a pretty decent introduction to ChatGPT, the world's most popular AI. If you're following along at home, and again, if this is your first time, you are now a capable AI user. You're ready to go. So we've covered a lot of ground today. On our next show, I want to promise that we'll actually do some more advanced features with ChatGPT. But if you're new to AI or if you're a returning user, I would definitely like to encourage you to explore and experiment to your heart's content. There's so much to learn with AI, and it's all there at your fingertips. So let's take a break, and when we come back, I'll be joined by Trisha Allen, and we'll be answering some viewer questions. This is the AI Morning Show on Hōʻike Community Television.
Hello. You may know that Hōʻike is a public access television station. But what does that mean? Well, it means that we're here to air TV programs created by you. Now, you may be saying to yourself, but I don't know how to create a television program. Well, that's where our producer certification course comes in. Now, of course, anyone is welcome to submit programs to us, whether or not they've taken our course. But the world of filming and editing videos can be daunting, not to mention the cost of equipment. But don't worry. Hōʻike is here to help. We'll teach you everything you need to know, from the basic functions of cameras and microphones, to techniques for framing a shot, right on through to editing your video in Final Cut Pro. You'll create your very first television show and have it shown on this channel as part of the instruction process. And after you're certified, you'll be eligible to check out equipment free of charge so you can film your shows in the field. After your initial certification, you can receive advanced training covering special equipment like lights, audio mixers, production switchers, even special effects and green screen. If you'd like to learn more, give us a call at 246-1556 or visit our website, hōʻike.org. And don't forget to like us on Facebook.
And it's an evolving question because 12 months ago, there were way worse like hallucinations or incorrect data that the AIs were producing. Today, it's a little bit different in that you can count on the most modern AI tools from the last few months to give you pretty solid answers, but you still have to check. In a way, having more accurate answers kind of makes it a little trickier to spot the obviously bad answers. So we went through one exercise today asking the AI to give us a link to where it saw the information. Some AIs can do that. ChatGPT's most powerful model can do that. That's a good tactic. Another tactic is you could take a question that you asked one AI and ask 2 or 3 other AIs. And then finally, you can do your own research and verify. You know, if it's mission critical stuff, go do some Googling and you're good.
Okay. The fourth question comes from Nicole on Oahu. Nicole asks, can you use ChatGPT with your kids, or is that even appropriate right now?
That is a great question. I think it's, I'm probably going to say all the questions are great. They're great questions. So using ChatGPT with kids is totally fine. I think there is constantly the pressure about using it in school and not having them cheat. Really, kids could kind of cheat themselves as much as anything if they're using ChatGPT to prepare all their homework. And there are tools that teachers have to reduce that. Oh, but I do want to tell a story about ChatGPT with kids. Recently, I was sitting with my teenager in the car, and we were talking about a job interview that he had coming up. And so, you know, you can use the voice on the phone like we did in our segment. So I started talking to ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT, tell me about, you know, how we should interview for this job. Give me some fake questions or whatever. And, you know, your kid is stuck in the car, so they kind of have to, any teenager is like, oh, Dad, I don't want to listen to you.
Right.
But they will listen to the car stereo, basically playing this back. So that's my secret weapon, using ChatGPT with kids. Do it in the car. They're trapped, and they have to listen.
And you can hear what they're asking it and what the answers are being given, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If your phone can play music through the car, it will also play ChatGPT's voice through the car.
Okay. The fifth question comes from Jesse, a playwright and a screenwriter. Jesse asks, I'm a playwright and a screenwriter, so AI definitely touches my industry. I was wondering if you could recommend some good ways to get started with AI to start the process of gaining familiarity.
Okay, so it is absolutely true that if you're a writer, there's no question, the landscape, the business landscape is just, it is changed forever as of about 6 months ago. But I don't know if that's a total catastrophe. I think what writers will find is that the output from ChatGPT, the output from all the AIs, it's good, but it's not really production ready. And certainly when I use AIs, I have to rewrite just about everything. If I'm doing something that's for production or something that I'm going to use in a meeting, whatever. So, and then importantly, like, I can't get the AI to just give me good ideas or creative ideas. If you ask an AI, give me 10 ideas for a play, it will do it. ChatGPT will spit you back 10 very credible AI answers about, hey, you could use this concept for a play. But you would find that all 10 of them are probably pretty routine, they're not very creative, and so working together with ChatGPT, using it, or another AI, using it to perfect and organize your information, organize your ideas, that's totally effective. It's way faster, and I really don't think it's going to replace human creativity. Why would it?
Enhance it, right?
What's that?
It may enhance the creativity.
Yes, absolutely. If you're not doing the grunt work of like cutting and pasting or like putting together lists of items, there's a lot of utility there that saves your work energy for creativity. So I do like it for that.
Okay. Christina, right here on Kauai, asks question number 6. She's a ceramic artist. She wants to know, in what ways can non-digital artists use AI to aid in the creation and selling of their works?
Boy, ceramic artists, so they're in a little bit different boat. There is not an AI ceramic producer yet, so that's definitely a win. That could change
I was
eventually.
going to say yet.
Yeah, that's right, but that's show 1000 for us.
Got it.
So it's going to be a while. So I think a couple of really good ways to market something like ceramics or something you're making, like you're cooking food for a small business or whatever. That's a great Hawaii small business. And a great way to market products in that way would be actually going back and forth with ChatGPT or another AI and saying, hey, can you give me some marketing ideas? That isn't so creative. It's really kind of businessy and routine, and there are best practices. So that's going to be a really effective response that you get back from ChatGPT. And I would say my very favorite prompt for that would be to ask, hey, can you show me ways, or can you discuss ways I could tap new markets? You could even say, this is where I sell right now. How could I expand my marketing, right? Like, you know how you run your business or sell your ceramics to your existing customers. But if you ask, how do I get to new customers? Maybe I'm using the memory of an older chat where I told ChatGPT how I do that. Then I get these ideas. That's a total win, right? You're getting ideas to expand your business. So I really like that approach.
Great. Okay, Dom wants to know, what does this mean for things like copyright?
Boy, so I would say we're in a better place in 2024 than we were in 2023, but there's no question that the laws are catching up, but still not caught up, I would say. And it's not always 100% clear what's going on with the copyright of the AI-produced products that you create. It seems clear that what you output from an AI belongs to the person who prompted the AI to generate it. But I would say we haven't gone through the phase of like big high-profile court cases where the actual laws and how they work in the real world are totally settled. So be aware, if you're using AI for some creative industry, there is that little uncertainty, I think still. And I will say another issue that people worry about is, are the AIs indexing copyrighted information? That's I think unquestionably we can say in the past we have had that happening, and it's not great. You can love AI and still say you shouldn't violate someone's IP. I think the AI makers, with some exceptions, are getting better. ChatGPT and all the big companies are, and I think they're much better in 2024 than they were before. So we're getting there. Is basically the answer.
Okay. The next question comes from Leilani, again on Kauai. Leilani asks, how can I ensure my personal information stays private when using AI chatbots?
All right, so that's really important. I would say, if you have a recipe for new power or a new kind of energy or like a new nuclear reactor or whatever, I would have some questions about that billion-dollar invention and sending it off to these companies, right, who run these software packages or the AIs. But that being said, you are working with some really large companies. Everyone who's built one of the most powerful AIs is either an established tech giant or an up-and-coming, like, super valuable new tech company. And so they have so much incentive to keep your information safe. They have so much incentive to hire the world's best computer hackers to keep the information safe. Honestly, there's not much difference between sending your information to those AIs on a chatbot versus sending an email on Gmail, or doing Word online or Gmail online or Google Docs online in the cloud. Same companies, more or less, same privacy restrictions. There are buttons in some of the chat tools now where you can ask it specifically not to train the AI on the information that you put in. And sometimes that's a paid version feature, by the way,
Interesting.
which is not awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem totally fair. I have some real thoughts about that. But at any rate, if you're doing ChatGPT or some other AI for work, okay, you pay for it, you can press that button, and that's another layer of security, right?
Okay. Let me see. Number 9, Kai, a high school teacher in Honolulu. Kai asks, what are some effective ways to integrate AI tools into the classroom while still promoting critical thinking and original work from students?
So I do know that actually Hawaii Public Schools, Department of Education is having a big AI summit later this month. I'm excited to attend there, and there will be zillions of people from the industry there, a lot of teachers. This is a part or a point of very, very active discussion in schools here and all around the world. We're not behind in Hawaii, I don't think, because everyone's similarly behind.
Right.
Kids will definitely be interested to do shortcuts or use shortcuts, and AI can be one of them. I don't think banning it is a great idea, or like ruling it out for children it's not even realistic. They're going to work with AI all their lives. I think what's really important is to understand what an individual teacher is saying, what the rules are, just adhere to the rules, talk to your child about how, hey, maybe we can use AI to kind of get us started with this lesson or understanding this lesson. But again, you're cheating yourself if you're just like writing a paper. It's hard to sell. You're cheating yourself to a teenager, but it is true.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a battle for years.
Well, and aren't there things that can check to see if it's been
Totally
generated
can.
by AI?
Totally
So the
can.
teachers probably know how to use those as well.
There are. I would not be surprised if there aren't emerging countermeasures on the AIs. So that's going to be Tom and Jerry forever. But the bottom line is, I think it's really important to have a discussion with the teacher, and it's going to vary widely from teacher. Like some teachers will just be very anti-AI. Totally, they're right, by the way. They've done things for a while. They know what they're doing. They don't use AI. Fine. Mm-hmm. But other teachers are adopting it. I think it's happening maybe a little faster than I thought, and so that's a discussion with the teacher for sure.
All right. Now, our final question is from Tom on the Big Island. Tom asks, do you have to be polite when you talk to AI? Why do you keep saying please when you type your prompts into chatbox?
All right. Well,
or chatbot.
So I do. I would say I'm one of the more polite AI users. If you saw the previous segment, I actually probably said please about 4 times or 6 times or 10 times. I generally say please and thank you and good job. Research has shown that there are a lot of studies out there, and the studies are biased toward if you're polite with a chatbot, you get 12% better responses,
really?
or like 2% better. It depends on the study or the research.
Wow,
right?
okay.
Now, I will say that I'm not sure about that. I suspect that the effect that's in play there is, by saying please and thank you, you also order the rest of your prompt in a way that is like more orderly and businesslike, and so more like what the AI is trained on.
I see.
And so you probably are just forcing yourself to be a better AI user when you say please and thank you. Mm-hmm. But I do have an ulterior motive, honestly, Trish,
What is it?
And that is, if I'm saying please and thank you to my chatbot all the time, I might be 2% more polite for society when I go out to talk to people.
Yeah,
and
carry
so, absolutely. I would definitely promote the idea just from if everyone's nice to robots, they'll be nice to people, maybe. So
why not?
I like
it makes
it.
sense. I think that is all the questions we have.
All right. So thank you so much to my guest
pleasure.
host, Tricia Allen. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the rapid assist coming in. So this has been the AI Morning Show on Hōʻike Community Television. Again, I'm your host, Peter Dresslar. On our next show, we will continue working with ChatGPT and go to, I don't know, maybe a 201 level of use, sort of a more advanced, sort of more structured, more business-like uses of ChatGPT. So I'm excited about that show. But until then, I'm signing off. Again, I'm Peter Dresslar, and I just want to remind you to be kind to people and show those robots how we do it.